with the files going to the server. Video player, manifest, alright, you'll be able to put the name you want here, test here, backing out of Notepad. Source file will be the same as the ones that went to the box. Any changes you made in the ones going to the box, you change going to the server. See, we still have the old link. It needs to be replaced with the new one that went to the box. When you've got all these links in the server and all these links that go to the Roku device, when they're all the same, then your system will work. Changes you make to these numbers that go to the Roku device, make them also here so you can keep up with what you've changed and you don't get confused about it. Your XML you will be working with in the files that go to your server. Now all of these have to be changed and pointed to your server in order when the Roku is activated that it knows where to go to find the pictures that you have on your server. All of these links will have to be changed to point to your server. Your podcast will be placed simply make sure that you get the file pointed correctly at this point right here. Just to give you an example, I'm going to put this one in here. Alright, the podcast was placed in the examples file. Okay, the podcast back here will be what I wish it to be. Okay, you get this link posted properly so that it can go and find your podcast, so it can find your MP4 inside this file, following along just as the images appear. Examples, video player, images. Okay, you're going to place a podcast, or you're going to place a MP4 inside the file. Examples, podcast, my podcast, or whatever you wish to call it, and leave it there so that it can find it. Now, if anything is out of place right here in this lineup of files, first it's going to the server, then it's going to the port 443, then it's going to examples, then it's going to podcast, then it's going to my podcast, or whatever you wish to place here at my podcast. A copy of something, whatever you're going to list there, but it needs to be a MP4 to work right here. Okay. The next row, pictures, you will fix them to point to your server. Okay. Anything you change on this side concerning pictures and where they're placed at, be sure they're balanced with what goes to the Roku device, and the ones on the Roku device are balanced with the ones that go to your server. Change all these links to point to your server. One more example for you. Paste in podcast, and this one will be changed to whatever you wish. Okay. Alright, make sure all your picture links have been changed to point to your server. Each link all the way down the page will be changed. You do your own. Backing out. Alright, you can go through each of these XMLs and search for any handles that will make a change to your display. The main one you'll be working with is the Mind XML and Categories XML. To the images. Anything that's been changed on the Roku device, here, the ones that go to the server need to reflect the same changes. They need to have the same changes. You can go to the ones that went to the device and copy them and bring them here and place them here. They've got the same name. Override all these with the ones from the device and make sure they match exactly. Alright, the artwork. Now you've made all the changes that you wish. You've changed the images, you kept them to the exact same size as the ones that were there. You placed your images there. You could have altered these images so you recognize what you altered, or you could have placed your own image there, but it must be the same type of image, and it must be the same size image. All files and changes complete. You come to here, take your video.